The weekend is here, friends, and for some of you, that means the rain chance will continue. For others, it's a lovely weekend ahead. What the beginning of March brings across the Caribbean and the Bahamas, your forecast starts right now.
This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi everyone, Rusty back here at Meteo Mundo on this Friday, March the 1st. We've made it, the weekend is upon us. And coming up in this video, we'll take a close look at the forecast across the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Some areas I'm still tracking for some heavy rain. Got another cold front coming in, and that will impact some of our area as well. And others are in store for a very lovely weekend. I hope you have a couple of minutes here to sit back and watch. It's kind of a jam-packed video for us here. And as we get into that, again, thank you subscribers for liking this video, non-subscribers as well. But if you're not a subscriber and you want these daily forecasts, just click that subscribe button right now. So again, on this Friday afternoon, I love to show you this visible satellite imagery. It really paints the picture. I want you to notice there's clouds going in kind of different directions, especially up in portions of the Atlantic. And I can show you this here with my weather computer here that we have. You can see we have some low clouds coming out of the east. We have some mid and high level clouds coming out of the west. So nice little interaction here. You live in these areas, the Bahamas and the Turks and Caicos, some really interesting cloud features. The majority of the Caribbean right now is going to be situated with our easterlies, which is still promoting some rain across the area. You notice in places like the Cayman Islands, we've blown up some cloud coverage over Georgetown and Weston. In Jamaica, we've blown up some clouds over Kingston and the rest of the island and the opportunity for some rain. Same thing for Hispaniola and portions of Puerto Rico. Don't go too far, Rusty. Don't go too far. Puerto Rico and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and the Leeward Islands. I mean, I could talk to you about the clouds in the open Atlantic, but I think you guys might start falling asleep for us here. But that's kind of the story, okay? I want to also show you here this neat product called the differential water vapor. It really kind of tells the story of the amount of moisture in the atmosphere. And you can start to see that moisture gather some steam in the southeast United States with another cold front coming in. But relatively speaking, for early March, we have a fair amount of moisture over Cuba and Hispaniola and Jamaica and Puerto Rico and portions of the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and even the northern lesser Antilles. And that's why we're still seeing the opportunity for some rain. And really, for this time of the year, some decent rain chances as well. All right, back over to the visible satellite imagery. Let's take a look at the current conditions for us here, and this will kind of tell the story. I'm going to start with temperatures. Now, generally speaking, this has been a milder week, certainly compared to last week when it was really chilly in some spots, especially in the morning hours. Nothing outrageously hot, but you're going to see there are a lot of more mid and upper 80s. Now, there are some exceptions to that. Let me just show you what's going on right now in Puerto Rico, in San Juan. Clouds, rain. They got up to 82 and they're back down to 75 degrees on this Friday afternoon. And again, we're going to continue to see a decent chance for showers in those areas. Dominica got up to 88 today. Not horrible in Trinidad. They've had some passing showers over Trinidad and Tobago as well. And again, it's very clear to see, obviously, that when the rain comes through there, like in portions of the Cayman Islands, your temperatures are going to be dropping in accordance with the showers and, of course, the clouds coming in. It's also been a bit breezy from time to time as well. Kind of the same spots that we've seen. Again, we just continue to see these strong easterlies over the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. St. Croix has had a wind gust of 25. Same thing for Charlotte Amalie there in the St. Thomas area. Fajardo area in the upper 20s for wind gusts. As you get over towards Aguadilla there on the northwest sides of Puerto Rico, an over 30-mile-an-hour wind. Santo Domingo has had some decent wind gusts from time to time of over 20 miles an hour. So you get the idea that we have this one little cluster of very heavy winds and then more wind on the way for the Bahamas later into the week. Let's talk about those winds, and then we're going to get into the rain. Now, the one thing I want to talk about, actually, you know what? I want to do this real quick first. I want to actually go back to our radar product here because I could put on right here our radar. I'm going to take off the satellite, and what I wanted to show here, and again, this is live real-time radar on this Friday afternoon. You can see these heavy showers and storms coming out of the United States Southeast, and they will try and impact portions of the Bahamas. But this front coming through this weekend is not going to have high-end impacts for the Bahamas. That's good news. The easterlies will continue across the rest of our area, still with some showers. Now, there's a stronger front coming in midweek next week that is going to have more impacts for a lot of our area. So I want to talk about the winds. Now, again, the fronts for winter in general have been strong enough to really push in some north winds through the Bahamas and a good part of the Western Caribbean, and some of those fronts even turning the winds out of the north in places like the Dominican Republic and Puerto Rico. That's not this kind of front. I want you to notice that even in the Bahamas, with this front coming in, I don't actually expect a wind shift. The bulk of the rain and the energy, and it's a weaker system overall, stays north. So even in Walker's Key, maybe we shift our winds east or east-northeast for a brief time as we get into late Saturday and Sunday, but we're actually going to stay with east to southeast winds and mainly southeast winds across the Bahamas. So no big push of colder, drier air, no big push of heavy rain. Elsewhere, again, pretty clear to see what the dominant weather pattern is with our winds, right? Out of the east for us here, and it's going to be freshening up again. Aruba, Bonaire, and Curacao, the ABC Islands, have had some tremendous winds lately. Their wind gusts easily from time to time will be over 25 knots, and it's the same situation here. You see the purples and the pinks? Those are winds of over 25 knots, and they'll stay fresh, especially through the weekend and early next week, and then try and diminish a little bit as we get into our Wednesday. Let's take a look at the rain, and we're going to go island by island here, guys, all right? Again, a lot to kind of cover here as we do so. Again, thank you so much for liking the video. If you want these forecasts, subscribe. If you're new to the channel and you're looking for maybe a hurricane update, I put out my initial thoughts on the 2024 Atlantic hurricane season and much more of those updates to come. Nice little twist out here, by the way, in the Central Atlantic. Obviously nothing tropical, but again, for my friends in the Lesser Antilles, we're going to stay with our easterlies. Now, this will continue to promote some shallow moisture coming across the islands the next several afternoons. Again, I don't expect a lot of rain in these areas, but it's also not going to be completely dry. For Antigua and Barbuda and Anguilla and St. Kitts and Nevis and Guadeloupe and Dominica, and then even a little bit higher chance for places like Barbados and especially St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and then down towards Grenada. Trinidad and Tobago has had, again, a couple of passing showers here. But again, for Barbados, just looking at this, the easterlies promoting the rain kicking up. Surf and sea conditions still look pretty good over the next couple of days. I'll be monitoring that. But what you should expect is at least the opportunity for an isolated shower across the Lesser Antilles over the next 5 days. So for Barbados, it's really just about a 20% chance each afternoon. So it's mainly mini dry hours and locations, but not completely dry. Spotty showers, quick passing showers, gets a little bit more humid and breezy early next week. Daytime highs remaining in the upper 80s, but for my friends in Bridgetown and Spadestown, should be a beautiful weekend ahead. Boaters should be able to enjoy it as well. Now, again, it gets wetter when you get into the U.S. and British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico. Shower chances are going to be relatively high. This is the model for this evening at 7 o'clock. You can see how wet it could be for Road Town and Cruz Bay and Christiansted and San Juan and Ponce. Just a fairly wet forecast. Again, downpours are possible. It's not going to stay completely wet, but even as we get into tomorrow and even early on Wednesday, and the opportunity for some morning rain as well. This is 6 a.m. and you see the showers passing over Puerto Rico. Now, we're still going to have some rain Monday and Tuesday, but it should be a little bit drier. Rain chances overall coming down. But again, this is relatively wet pattern for early March, and this pattern is going to be with us, especially on the Dominican Republic side of Hispaniola. You can see that rain coming in from the northeast, pushing to the southwest. Portions of Haiti could catch some rain, but obviously with the higher mountainous terrain in the central side of Hispaniola, there's a rain shadow effect on the western side, but you can see there for Azua and Santo Domingo and La Romana and Punta Cana, Santiago de los Caballeros, Puerto Plata, especially our northern coastal areas, fairly good rain chance over the weekend. And again, you'll also dry out a bit as we get into early next week. My friends in Jamaica, all right, here we go. Rain chances again, fairly high the next couple of days. I showed you that cloud coverage there today, promoting some scattered showers out there. Some of that could even be some heavier downpours. So again, very optimistic about the rain that we're seeing right now as well. So again, good stuff out there for us here. And again, I expect that to continue over the next couple of days. So let's stair step this. We're going to back it up to this afternoon. We'll continue to see rain move from east to west across the island. Kingston, Port Moore, Spanish Town, certainly in play. Places like Port Antonio and Ocho Rios as well. But even the western sides of the island, fair play. I don't expect there to be one area with more rain. As a matter of fact, when I looked at the model earlier today, we'll take a look at the total precipitation coming up. The model was actually favoring kind of interior central locations like Mandeville and Maypen for some slightly higher rainfall totals. Nothing outrageously higher, but just slightly higher. So you get the idea. Good rain chance through the weekend, and then the rain chances tail off a bit into Monday and Tuesday. So here is that forecast from our friends in Kingston. Going to stay with a 50% chance for showers the remainder of this Friday. 40% chance tomorrow. I think the best chance is going to be on Sunday. More widespread showers overall, knocking the daytime high to 85. 20% chance for showers. Monday and Tuesday will be drying out, and of course, gets a little bit warmer, a little bit more humid in the afternoon hours as we do. Nothing outrageous though, no 90-degree marks. 88 for the high there on Tuesday in Kingston. But again, relatively wet weekend ahead. You live in the Kingston, Jamaica area in general, drop in the comment section below. Let me know how we're doing. Friends, again, if you're new to the channel, or even if you are unaware of this, we are streaming here at Meteo Mundo 24/7. That's why you see kind of the live bug around our icon here on YouTube. If you go to the live tab and you find this thumbnail, click on it. Our weather computer system is running 24/7. Current conditions, 24/7 across the Caribbean and the Bahamas. Temperatures, satellite, radar data. When there are tropical systems to track, we'll be tracking that live for you. It's just another perk of being a subscriber here at Meteo Mundo. So again, live tab and look for that emblem, or excuse me, that thumbnail. All right, let's go on over to my friends in Belize City and the other areas of Central America. You saw some morning showers this morning in portions of coastal Belize. That opportunity, I believe, will be sticking around for our Saturday as well, and then we'll begin to dry out. Now look, this rain is not going to be extremely widespread, and again, you can see that the model tries to paint on that rain early in the morning. I mean, right along the coastline. San Pedro and Belize City and Dengarija. That being said, it'll be much more spotty inland. Places like San Ignacio and Orange Walk will have much more of a lower chance for a shower, because as the showers move inland, they will dissipate. Then starting on Sunday, you know, it's a relatively dry forecast. We had a couple of blips here and there with it, but I don't see a lot of rain overall. So for my friends in Belize City, it's a 30% chance for showers, mainly this morning. So already passes by. It's a 40% chance for our Saturday, 86 the daytime high. Again, not going to cause you to cancel any outdoor plans, but a few showers in the morning. Then we're looking dry Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. 20% chance for showers each day. Fairly warm and humid, but again, still relatively comfortable being early March with highs in the upper 80s. Also remember, friends, that we are starting memberships here at Meteo Mundo. I want to thank our current members for subscribing. I appreciate you. If you would like to become a member, support us here at Meteo Mundo, it's just 99 cents a month. All you gotta do is find that join button and click it. You get access to some member exclusive forecast videos and some custom badges and emojis when we go live. Whenever there's a big system to be tracking, I will be live tracking that for you here. And of course, we'll be ramping that up more and more as we get closer to hurricane season. Got a good forecast from our friends in Cancun and Cozumel. Maybe you're visiting there for the week. We're looking pretty good. Very limited opportunity for rain. This front that'll be moving in over the weekend is not going to get as far south as the Yucatan. Again, it's mainly going to stay in the southeast United States. Now, I'm going to drag this out because I want to show you right at the very end of this forecast. This is Wednesday. You can see our next weather maker. That's the next more powerful front coming in mid next week. It's going to have more widespread impacts to the Caribbean, including the Bahamas as well. So I'm going to keep you up to date on that one. But again, we're 5+ days out from that. Now, ahead of that, our next front coming in for the Bahamas is going to be moving in late Saturday and into Sunday. I've been taking a look at a lot of the different models here. I think if there's one area that I'm not fully confident in the timing of the forecast of the rain, it's going to be the Bahamas, because again, I don't think it's going to be a clean frontal passage. I don't think we're ever going to get the winds turning out of the east or even northeast for most of the area. So been looking at a couple different models. I think the NAM model has a pretty good idea of what's going to be happening. So I'm going to show you that right now. And again, back this up just a little bit here. So could a spotty shower slip over Walker's Key later today? Yes. In general, tomorrow is dry ahead of the front. Maybe an isolated shower towards Freeport and Lucaya there in Grand Bahama or Bimini, but I wouldn't expect any rain. It's as we get into our Sunday, we'll start to see some moisture coming in again, not with the actual frontal passage, but just with our southeast winds and close enough to the front to lift some of that moisture nearby and provide some passing showers. So you can see that here from Nassau to Marsh Harbor and Lucaya and Walker's Key. Again, a decent chance for some rain. That's what I expect. Some pockets of heavier downpours from time to time. This is going to be late Sunday and then to the wee hours of Monday, and then everything kind of fades away as we go past that. But you get the idea that we could see some rain moving into the area on Sunday, but not the significant change in our weather behind the rain with this front. Just never going to get those winds turning more out of the south into the east. So the forecast for Nassau looks like this. I think we're basically dry the remainder of today. Can't rule out an isolated shower as clouds get on the increase tomorrow, but if you're headed out boating or you're just enjoying the islands, things look pretty good. Maybe get a nice little round of golf in. I'd be jealous. It gets wet though on Sunday, 60% chance for rain. Now again, it's not a washout, but the showers will just be much more widespread. And then we should start to see the rain tail off. I do expect at least some rain through daybreak Monday morning. And this is the part of the forecast where I think is a little unclarity as far as when the rain clears out, but it should throughout the day on Monday and then leading to mostly sunny skies and back up to 81. A little bit cool with the rain moving in Nassau there, New Providence area, the high coming up to just 76 degrees. All right, back over to look at the total precipitation across the area for us here. And again, what we're looking for are the purples and the pinks or the whites and the grays. Those are going to lead us to areas with more than an inch of rain. And again, even in the Lesser Antilles, where the rain chances are still somewhat spotty, notice I mentioned St. Vincent and the Grenadines earlier. It's because it's just one of the areas here as the rain moves west of Barbados that could catch some decent showers, perhaps more than an inch of rain. Trinidad and Tobago, again, have had some showers and it'll just stay in that spotty nature. It's not going to shock me if the entire Lesser Antilles kind of on average gets around a quarter to a half inch of rain over the next 5 days. As we get towards Puerto Rico, as I've mentioned, we're favoring the eastern and the northern coastlines with more than an inch of rain in a couple of spots. I think the model is underdoing this just a little bit. I do expect a little bit more in the way of some downpours, but you get the idea. It does pick up on that a little bit more in the northern coastline of Santo Domingo there. Of the Dominican Republic, north of Santo Domingo, we're going to have, again, 1.5 inches of rain. But even towards Santo Domingo, again, we're picking up more than a half inch of rain in a couple of spots. And I remind you that it is early March. First of all, the rain chances are relatively widespread. And to be talking about half inch to an inch of rain, that's pretty good numbers for us here. And again, taking a look at what I expect here for my friends. Notice again, the model right there in the Mandeville Maypen area there. You can see just a little bit more rain compared to maybe other coastal areas, but still a quarter to a half inch in Kingston. Same thing for Montego Bay and Negril. Again, let me know what we've been seeing in the comments section below. Few showers towards Belize. And again, even in the Bahamas, don't expect a lot of rain. Nice little pocket of rain, maybe towards Eleuthera, more than an inch, but it's very clear to see what the heavy rain is going to do, and that's stay to our north. Again, if this front was stronger and we're able to drop off to the south, we could be talking about showers and storms and a few inches of rain through portions of the Bahamas. But again, not anticipating that actually being an issue for us here. Let's see here. I just want to make sure something real quick. Yeah, okay. Just want to make sure that we were correct timeline on the model. I even took it out a week just to make sure, but we are. Okay, sounds good. So you get the idea of what's going to be happening for the week ahead. Now again, some areas going to be enjoying a beautiful weekend. Others will have to contend with this rain and then that much more powerful front coming in early next week. All right, friends, that's it. I appreciate you. Have a great weekend, and I will see you soon right here at Meteo Mundo.